Welcome to the Arm Wrestling Buzz episode 53. I'm your host, Paul Italia, and we got the Arm Wrestling Buzz crew in the house. We got Matt Hollywood Conley, Israel Chavez, and we got special guests, Jerry Cataract and Tim Tallmadge. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's up?
Good.
Want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. We got Drew in the house, Lucky One. We got Voodoo, Matt Craig. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? So we just had an amazing event this past weekend. We had East versus West 12. What an amazing event, guys. So I want to just kind of catch up on everybody's thoughts of the event. What was your favorite match that stood out? Start off with you, Israel. What was your favorite match this week?
Man, well, obviously besides the big main match, one match that I was really looking forward to was the Alizhan and Hermes match. That's probably got to be my favorite match of the card.
I agree with that, man. Alizhan is just a killer, man. Doesn't matter weight class or anything. This boy is just really putting out performance after performance, undefeated in East versus West. Can't say anything from that. So, Matt, what's your thoughts on that whole match, man? Were you surprised how dominant Alizhan was?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think we'd picked Hermes as the favorite for that going in. And coming off of that performance, a little while ago now against Levan, but yeah, he looked like a little bit of a slimmed down version of him. He didn't look as big as pumped up as he was for that Levan match, but yeah, he was not able to get the job done on the day, which was a big surprise.
Did you think there was disrespect at the end? Because I'm hearing that Hermes, he felt like he was disrespected at the end. I think Alizhan handed him his I think his training handles that he's putting out there, and I don't know if he said something with it. But did you guys kind of get that vibe? Because Hermes was just kind of standing there like in shock for like a minute, and it was kind of awkward. Like, what the hell just happened?
It's one of those things in this sport, everyone is so friendly, so nice, so humble. And I guess in that moment, in that context, for at the end of a match, where everything's been done, you've got the result, you were expecting to shake hands and maybe say well done and chat about the match, possibly. And then just for somebody to do that, it's like, completely not what you were expecting. He probably just was taking a moment to figure out what was actually happening.
Yeah, I agree. And Jerry, what was your thoughts on that whole match, man? Were you surprised
Uh,
at all with the left
yeah,
hand?
yeah. I mean, I was surprised. I thought that Hermes would have, brought quality to the table, but I don't think he did.
Now, now, how do we look at Hermes's left hand? Do we say Hermes's left hand is elite level? Would you consider that?
I don't know. I haven't gone against him left, but so I would. He's beaten some good people, but I don't think he's up there with the top five. I don't think.
Tim, what's your whole thoughts on the Alizhan and Hermes match? What was your takes from it all?
You asking me, brother? Sorry.
Tim, yeah.
Tim, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I just think that I think he took him too lightly, and I think mainly because I think he's focusing on Dennis, to where I think that took away from his training from his left arm, and I thought that he could go in there and be competitive with not doing so much training because I think he's overcompensating for Dennis.
Okay. And what did you feel about like the after with the whole him handling the handles, the Hermes? Was that like disrespectful, or was that kind of like just taken the wrong way?
I think it's taken the wrong way. I mean, those guys, there's some pretty intense guys on the table. They're very passionate, but at the end of the day, when competition's over, they leave that shit aside. I mean, as far as I know from all those guys, I think it was more of a respect thing. Um, I don't think nothing will come about it, nothing like that. I just think Hermes was just more pissed off. He didn't put more of the training in that he probably should have for his left arm. I think that's just what it is.
And I think also if you didn't know that Alizhan was coming out with like handles and all, that you could have kind of took it that way as him like saying, "Oh, here, this is what you need to work on. Here's some handles to get to work." But knowing now that he is now putting out a handle company or something like that, I think I've seen somebody say that that makes more sense. Where I think it was more of a respect thing, and I think Hermes was just a little surprised and didn't understand it at that moment. So I think it's just a misunderstanding, and I hope it was.
Maybe it was a marketing play. See, you're talking about it. Everyone's
Yeah,
going to talk about it, so it'll push the handle sales.
there you go. So Jerry, let me ask you, brother, what other than the main event match, what other match stood out to you, man, that you were
I was
excited
I
about?
was surprised with the Georgie and Alex match.
What were you surprised about? Was it that
The
Georgie?
outcome.
Yeah, but did you also know that Georgie had all those complications before with his leg? I think he broke his ankle and had some crazy infection going on, and
Did he?
so I don't know if we could hold too much on that win.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes more sense. But I mean, Alex looks like he came, big.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look, he put some size on, looked good, right? So, that was impressive to me. And then Michael dropped down in weight class, huh? And
yeah.
then he got the W. So it's been a while since he got the W. So good for him because he came back from that injury. But
And what did you think of his performance? With him coming back from his injury and all. Do you think it's the old Michael Todd back, or we got a new version of him? What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a work in process, right? I mean, he's going to go. Oh, I don't know. Maybe his intent is to stay down in the lighter class, and if that's the case, then that's who he's looking at, right? Because then who's he going to have to go against? Prudnik?
Yeah. And what weight class was that in? That's the 115 kilogram class that he was at.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, two
Okay, so
fifty. I'm fucking horrible with the conversion. 2.2 times 115, whatever. So I know it's around 250.
what was your thoughts on that match, Israel, on the Michael Todd match? Were you surprised at it at all?
Honestly, no. I kind of went how I expected. I thought Michael would pull out the win, but I did think Frank was going to give him everything he could handle, and it was a tough match.
Definitely a fan of that guy Frank, man. I like his style. Very, very strong puller.
His
Very
energy too. He's always happy, smiling, very friendly.
yeah, I mean, I think it's like a thing with the Italian competitors, man. They're kind of like Hermes. They always got that smile and positive energy. Definitely a good vibe from them. Matt, what was your thoughts of the Michael Todd match? Do we think we got Michael Todd back at his top performance now, getting wins all the time?
I don't think he wants to put that pressure on himself. I think that this win meant a lot to him. You could see after the match he was thanking, he was looking up at the sky, and he'd lost his mother recently. I think that was really a big moment for him to get the win in this one. So I would say that that's what he's been focusing on, and he hasn't been like reinventing himself, Michael 3.0 or anything like that. I think he was just all focused in on getting the win here. And I think it was a very emotional moment for him. It was fantastic to see him get that victory. Him and Rebecca, right at the end of that match, you could see that this had really meant something to him. I enjoyed the match as well. I thought it was a really good back and forth battle. I think it was a really good matchup as well to go against someone like Frank, because he does have that positive attitude and that friendly environment that sort of contrasts very well with Michael when he can get quite aggressive and quite abrasive. So, when you saw a couple of times Michael getting frustrated, but Frank was the lighter side of that and didn't sort of lighten the mood. I thought it contrasted quite well. But yeah, great to see Michael get the win. I don't know where it goes from here, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from everybody on the panel. Who would you like to see Michael Todd go against next in that 115 kilogram class? Tim, let's start off with you, buddy.
I don't. I think that it would be smart to just work your way back up the pipeline. I know Michael always wants to go in hard, deep, take a big challenge and stuff like that. But I think with everything's going on with his injuries, his mother passing away, dealing with that, dealing with his anxiety from everything, I think he needs to space some things out and just work his way up the chain. And I mean, I don't care who he pulls. I know his King of the Table against Lars. I think that's a huge, huge task. I mean, I think that's going to be a long, long, long battle. That's probably going to be the match of the night for King of the Table, in my opinion. But if he gets past that match, yeah, I don't maybe Prudnik or somebody, a couple people below him. I don't know the list right now off the top of my head, but I don't think he needs to go straight to the top. I think he needs to just buy his time and get healthy and get his head right.
Yeah, you're
Well, I
right.
think
I forgot about
Prudnik's
that.
ranked second, right? Prudnik, he's ranked second, I think, right?
I thought he was like third or fourth. I don't know the list. I haven't checked that list in a long time. And then just speaking on Georgie real fast, I think everything about Georgie was a horrible mistake. He hurt his leg. He was sick, and he pulled his nationals the weekend before. I don't know what his thinking was behind everything.
That's
Um,
no thinking then.
but there was, I mean, I thought he just thought he was going to run through an old Alex, but obviously Alex showed up bigger than I've seen Alex probably ever. And yeah, he just, I think he should have been himself between everything. I mean, I don't know who pulls the national, and we're not talking about USA nationals here. We're talking about where's he from, Georgia or whatever,
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. I mean, there's no slouches, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what his thinking was behind all that.
I didn't know that. How did he do in the Nationals?
He
He
won.
won.
He won. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
was he in the same shape as he was against Alex, where he could hardly walk and was just kind of holding on by holding the peg?
So I thought it happened afterwards.
Yeah, I heard, if I heard correctly, it happened afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it
I'm
happened
not up to
afterwards.
date. Yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
got you. I
but
still
I
haven't
know
got
he.
the actual story of like when it actually happened and all. Israel, can you catch us up on it? Do you know where it happened?
Honestly, there's not too much like exact detail. Apparently, he did it in the bathroom. Somebody said in the shower he might have tripped or something and hurt his ankle. That's what everybody's thinking happened.
See, I heard on the Arm Wrestling but last week they were saying in the chat that they went on a hike and that it was Engen took him on a hike and that Devin did it to him there. So I'm going around telling people because I thought that was for real. I was like, I think he heard it like hiking. I didn't say it was Devin tripping him, but I've been telling everybody I think he got it hiking. So I'm sorry for the misinformation, everybody. But yeah, the good news that we did hear on the Arm Wrestling News, Pradeep's channel, was that he reported back that Georgie had the surgery and there's going to be no amputation. So that is amazing news, man. Because when I heard that he might be facing an amputation, that was just, I was so sad to hear that, man. Georgie's such a great guy, man. So nice and humble. And just to hear him going through something like that is just horrible. But to hear the good news that, he'll be able to recover and no leg amputation is major. So, shout out to Georgie, man. Hope you recover and get healthy quick, my man.
Yeah, that would be life changing. Good thing he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, for real, man. So I want to talk about the big main event match now. We all know that Devin went against Levan, and that round one, wow, man, it gave us some hope there. So I want to hear from Jerry. What was your whole thoughts? First off, I want to hear what were your thoughts of the whole lead up, and what was your prediction of the match beforehand?
I thought it would be a more difficult match, but then when I saw Devin, week or 2 weeks, before, and his weight was so low, and he looked like he wasn't bulking up. I was super concerned. Didn't think that he's going to have enough size and strength to go against him. And I told him, I was like, "Damn, you're looking small, lean, but small." And he said he feels really good and whatever. So I said, "All right, best of luck." But I just don't think carrying that little bit of weight was going to be enough to go against Levan, because I mean Levan looked, like a big boy. But but that first match was impressive, right? For him to be able to pull him out and just hold on to him like that was impressive. But it almost looked like Levan wasn't given 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at it, his face isn't like busted up, like trying to. It just looked like he was staring and holding and staring and holding. And so I don't know, right? And but I know that it was definitely war. I was also surprised that they let so many people up near the stage.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, make it more lively and bring the energy, and I think having people on stage kind of did that. And, kind of like the old WAL days where you have everybody kind of wrapped around you and brings a good energy and all. But was your thoughts beforehand that it was going to be a 4-0 Levan's way, or did you think that Devin was going to take a round?
I thought uh, if Devin could have taken a round, I think he could have taken two, because I think the key to beating Levan is tiring him out. I don't think anyone's going to flash him, right? Hermes showed us the key to how you can beat Levan, right? And so it's a matter of, you got to get him tired, because he doesn't recoup the energy quick enough. Too much mass, and so when he fatigues, he's fatigued heavy. And so if Devin had got him, I think Devin would have got 2 wins. But after seeing Devin coming in that small, I was super concerned for Devin. And now I'd love to go against the light Devin.
Nice. Okay. And I'd like to welcome tonight. We got Don Hollywood Underwood has just joined the room. What's up, Don? How are you today, bro?
What up, fellas? Jerry looking massive, must say. Good stuff. Paul, what's happening with you, brother?
Thanks,
How you
buddy.
doing, Don? Thank you, man. So, Don, I want to get your thoughts, man. Did you get to watch the East versus West this past weekend?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it, man. I thought it was an overall pretty good event. Um, there were some exciting matches. I got to tell you, I think the welterweight match for the title was, to me, the best match of the day. Michael Todd had a tough battle and picked us all up the right way. Of course, we was excited to see what was going to happen with Devin. I actually said I thought, with the road that Devin took getting there, seemed to me, especially with the success with Hermes, he was actually hitting. So I was thinking, well, that's probably the key. If you can get him supinated a little bit, you get a little bit more direction, find a lane, give him some trouble there. And he took off straight backwards. I was, yeah. I mean, it was kind of, Jerry said the right thing. I think Levan was just kind of feeling him out. Got to a point where Levan was like, oh, well, I can get some trouble here. Devin's pronator is amazing. And I mean, it was the same match as the first one. It just happened just a little bit different. I think Levan gave him the benefit of the doubt and then just shoved him through it. You've seen the rest of it. It was, 1, 2, 3, and it was over. So interesting day. Definitely an interesting day.
Let me ask you, Don, were you surprised at the weight that Devin came in at and the way of his appearance?
I thought he looked very, very small. Jerry, I agree with you 100%. I was surprised, not only just the sheer size of him, but his mass seemed to have depleted. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I mean, he's got a pretty decent bicep in most cases. He seemed very flat to me, which surprised me. From the history of what I know for his prep, I would think it would have been just the opposite. But yes, I thought he looked very flat, very small, almost puny for him. But again, with the success he's had with the guys he's beaten the last 4 matches, and he's not only beaten them, I mean, he's schooled them. You had to think, and I did. I fell into that trap that this guy is special and different at this point, which, I mean, he always is that guy. But Levan just, proved to us that he's just a step above everybody. That's just a different human. I don't think it's, I mean, truthfully, I think the other guy on this podcast right now would be a very tough match for him if he could, if he let Jerry get in there and wedge in. I mean, that's a different thing. Jerry's just different, man. That's hard to pull. And I'm not sure Levan being a top roller the way he is, I don't see much else in his arsenal. If you watch all his matches, I mean, once he's top roll committed, he doesn't come out of it. That's where he stays, and he's going to die there. Yeah, so it's going to take somebody with a different style to get him committed. And then, like Jerry, there's no quitting him either. I think that'd be an interesting matchup to me. But Yeah.
I gotta say, after seeing Levan in that first round, though, I was impressed, man, with that transition, man. I didn't know he had a press in his arsenal, and to see him do it so gracefully, I thought that was pretty impressive, man. What was your guys' thoughts on that?
I don't think Levan knew he had a press in his arsenal. I think he allowed Devin to get too much. And he had no other choice. It was either die or elbow foul, something, and he made the right choice. I don't think that's something that he was going to go to on his own, but I think he got a little bit of arrogant. He ran into a pronator that's different than he's felt, and he let Devin get a little too much ground, and he had no other choice. So that's just my opinion. But
I
tell me
think that
what
was the I think that was the plan for him. I think he wanted to give Devin every inch that he could give and see if he can still pull it out. And if he started to get in a weird position, he would just LFO foul and then do his thing and beat him 4-0. I don't think there was ever a chance. I think that Devin literally relied on his stem cell treatment, coming back, feeling younger. I think he really thought he didn't have to bulk up, and I really don't know if Devin at this point can go up that high anymore without, pushing some limits that I don't know he can do it anymore. I really don't think he can. I don't think he could even get to 290 anymore. I just don't think it's possible. So I think he just relied on these stem cells, the training, different things to try to stop him and try to tire him out. I think that was just the plan. I don't think the plan was ever to pin him. I think it was just to hold him and tire him out. I think that was the plan all along.
Jerry, what was your thoughts on Levan's press when you seen him do that round one? Were you surprised that he had a press?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of laughing. I was like, oh, everyone wants to be like Jerry. No.
So give me a how did you grade that press, man? 1 to 10. Obviously you're the guy with
Hey,
the
it
10
don't got to
press.
be pretty. It just got to win, right? So
Okay.
it's not about how pretty you look doing it. It's about how effective you are, and he did it. So I mean, it worked for him.
Okay. I
Mine
respect that.
looks pretty.
Okay. Matt, what's your whole thoughts on that on Levan and going into the press and was he kind of letting Devin get into his strong point and just trying to like toy with him in round one and then maybe gave him a little too much? Do you think that could be true?
No, I don't think he was trying to toy with him. I think it's the same as what Don was saying that he's gone for that. I mean, obviously with the slip or that first moment, you saw Levan brush Devin off and go, you've got absolutely nothing. This is going to be easy for me. And then when he's gone to hit in that second time that they gripped up, I think he was surprised and I think he got stuck there. And he held in that position. And I was like, oh my God, this might be it. Watching it, and especially because it was 10 seconds of Levan sort of just sitting and figuring out what he was going to do, and the whole crowd's going crazy, everyone's building up, this is it, this is what's going to happen, he's going to tire Levan out, he's got the stop, it's round one, he's got the stop, but Devin's got this big smile on his face, it was like, oh, this is incredible. And then Levan all of a sudden has changed to that press and got the press win. It was like, oh, right, he knows how to do that. Okay. Which was fantastic to see. But what an incredible moment for arm wrestling. That was the story of the match right there in that first round. The rest of the match went pretty much how we thought it would. It was just Levan overpowering Devin, 3 quick straight to the pin rolls. And but what an incredible event overall to see that many people wanting to see arm wrestling and to have that rematch. And I've seen the comments here. Everyone wants to see Jerry versus Levan, and I would actually like to see that as well.
Hell yeah. I agree. And I think with round one, I think what Levan might have been doing is I don't think he hit. I think he was trying to catch Devin and kind of like hold him center and just kind of like do that. And I don't think he was expecting the power that he felt from Devin, and I think that's where, everybody got that false, like, oh shit, it might actually happen right now. And I think round two, he took it more seriously and he didn't want to go back into that position. And he just went and did what he had to do to flash through him. So I think that's kind of what went down that day in my eyes. But overall was a great match, but it leaves a lot of questions. Now, what's next for Levan? Who's next for Levan? You know, what makes
Very.
sense now? I want to ask Jerry. I want to ask you first, bro.
Yep.
After seeing that match and all, do you see a chink in Levan's armor? And do you think you're the guy that possesses the style that might disrupt the big man?
Well, I certainly want to try, right? I mean, you don't I'm not running from any match. I would love to go out there, and I've been training, right? And trying to get in shape. So it's I'm getting stronger and stronger. So I just got to put more weight on. Right now I'm at like 323. And so but I'm like a smaller 323, like a leaner. Right? I don't know if you can say small and 323 in the same breath, but um
I feel
the
you, man.
yeah, right. So but my lifts are going up, everything's going in the right direction. So I'd love to be able to earn that spot and go against them to feel them out. So we'll see.
Who else would you like to see him going against next? If let's take you off the table, who else would you put up against him? We got to get Levan a match. We got to keep him active. Who do you put up against him?
Well, I don't know that this version of Alex looks strong, right? Because he's a big boy and he's got height over Levan. So and he came in massive in size. So I don't know, right? But again, if you're telling me Georgie was hurt, then that's the reason that he didn't win. And I don't know, but I think that when Alex puts his mind to it, I think he can be a dominant puller.
I got to ask everybody, do you think it would be fair, though, for Alex Cadetia to come back so quick, get the win over Georgie, who wasn't even 100%, and then to give him the shot at the title, at the throne and all? What do you think, Don? Do you think that's too early?
I think he needs to take the walk. I think Hermes is the key to get to him personally. I don't think anybody's better right now. Vitaly, I think those two are sitting at the top of the hill. Jerry's right there. I think Jerry's earned it. I think Jerry was hurt after his match when we was there together when he pulled Levan's training partner. I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind.
Gennady.
But yeah, Gennady. And I think Jerry, I think you could easily have that argument that you're there and ready to go. I think you deserve the shot. So those three are my picks. I think everybody else falls in line. I mean, seriously. I mean, he's got to go through those guys to even be in that conversation. And I do think Georgie was hurt. I've had those back injuries, and let me tell you, it's another level. You just are not the same guy. So I don't think we can make that a reliable match to go off of.
I think another interesting person would be Gennady, since they trained together, right? And Gennady beat Devin within this last year. So, and Gennady's look like he's getting bulked up too. So he essentially could be another good factor too. It'd be funny too, because both people from Georgia.
You just took my pick, Jerry. Me and Matt were talking before we went on the air, and that's who I said to Matt. I was like, Gennady, we got the perfect story. He beat Devin last. Gennady is a beast, just like he said. He's from Georgia. I mean, we know that they're just different over there. And at this last East versus West, man, Gennady was looking huge, bro. I want to find out what his weight was, man. That dude looked bigger than I've ever seen him. So
when he was in the tracksuit at this one, he was over there cheering on Levan. He looked huge.
That's what I mean. Like I seen it, and he got excited when I think it was round one when he got that win and he made that gesture and he was all happy. But I couldn't get over the size of him. He definitely looking in shape for sure. Matt, what do you think?
I'm buying that Georgian water shipped to my house now.
Is that what we're calling it now?
The Georgian
water.
Georgian water, branded. There we go. No more pancakes. We just get that Georgian water. Matt, what's your thoughts, man? Who do we want to see Levan next, man?
Yeah, I mean, Gennady would be awesome. I'm just reading in the comments that he's got an injury in his bicep, so maybe that might be off the cards for a little while. But to me, I mean, just the perfect thing. If they've got East versus West as their title, it's the name of their show. You've got your Easterner in Levan, you've got your Westerner in Jerry Cataract. I think
agree.
You can't get a better setup than that, and it fits
Make it happen.
their mold perfectly. And Jerry's looking absolutely enormous right now, and yeah, he's got the history. He's got. I just reckon that he's got a shot as well. I think you've got this style that can work against Levan.
Israel, what's your thoughts next for Levan? Who do you think?
After watching the match, it opens a lot of doors. It definitely makes the Jerry versus Levan match very interesting. I would really like to see what Jerry can do against him. Another guy who should always be in there, depending on if he can keep getting stronger, is hopefully Dennis. I want to still see a match between Dennis and Levan.
Do we
I
have a
think the
match
truth will
set
tell us
between
when.
Dennis and Hermes coming up or something? Is that
Yeah,
locked in?
that's the next one.
King of
I
the
think
table,
that's
right?
going to tell us what.
That's a king of the table match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, so
I think that's the
they
same one that Mike Todd is going against Lars.
Lars.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think they're going to do maybe the winner of Dennis Saplankov versus Hermes? Maybe they're going to put that up against Levan next. Could that be
No, they better
possible?
not.
Okay. Do Jerry really wants this. So let's ask Jerry this, man. So Jerry, who do you want next, bro? Like we know that you're training, you're looking in shape and all. And just so you guys know, we got some videos going to be going out the next couple days. I'll be putting them out on the channel. So definitely tune in. Jerry's been putting up some serious weight again. So I'll make sure to get those out there. But Jerry, who do you want next, man? And when can we expect to see you competing?
Well, I said yes to go against Vitaly, right? And so that's supposed to be next, but Engen is gonna. We'll see, right? That's slotted as the next one, and that's who I'm training to beat. And but the I am okay if they switched it and gave me Levan, right? That'd be fine with me. But I really would love to compete because they're going to do one in Orlando, right? But rather than me miss out on the 4th of July and have to go to Turkey for the 4th of July. But I mean, I'll do whatever Engen sets up for me. It's just a matter of I'm 100%. I want the road to go against Levan.
Okay, so just so we're clear, so July you were slotted to go against Vitaly Levan in Turkey.
Yep.
Okay. And then in August, are you locked in anything there yet, or we're waiting for that?
No,
Okay.
no. The Engen may try to switch it, which is fine with me. To have me go against him if he can get a visa, I guess, in Orlando. Because I want to compete in the United States. I mean, fuck, you can't have an East versus West in the United States. And if I'm the number one, how can I can't compete in the United States?
Hell yeah, man. I'd rather see you go against him in August in United States. Let them take the traveling all the way over here.
Right.
I
I've
get
done the last three. I've traveled over there. Right. And then the
Yep.
one that they're going to do over here in the United States, I want to be in it.
So let's ask now, what is your thoughts on this match against Vitaly, man? Like how are you training? Is it normal training? Do you have to do
No.
something different? Like what's your thoughts on this?
I'm training more my hand. I'm training higher reps. I mean, from previous history, I do things non-conventional, right? So I do high reps, high weight, and so I've been trying to push the reps even higher, and it's forcing me to stay strong, but it's also giving me greater endurance. It's giving me, I look a little better, right? So like the video I sent you, I was doing tricep pressing with full rack, so it's 215 pounds, one arm, and I did over 60, right? So I think that's pretty good, going in the right direction. And then I've got the arm wrestling machine. I'll do that video next. I put the full rack on that and put the bar at the hardest point and bringing it all the way down, and then bringing it, trying to bring it from all the way down in the losing position straight back. And it's so tough. It's so much pain in my elbow. But I just pushed through it. And full rack on that was 200, and then I put 245s on the outside, 245s on the inside. So I'm up like almost 400 pounds.
Wow. And how do you think your style goes up against Vitaly? Because we know Vitaly's a big top roller and all. So with
He's
you being that crazy press, what's your thoughts on that? How does your style match up against his?
I like the matchup because he's obviously really good. He just beat Dave pretty good, and but he's got such a long arm, and I have such good strength down here. So his when he's going to come back and try to top roll, I'm working on this right down. So when he comes and I'm going to be able to crush down, that's what it's going to be. Because if I give up this, I'm still okay. But the goal is I want to slip, right?
Okay.
So if I slip and we get put in the straps, I got the straps working for me, and I'm going to take away his long lever and keep him in tight.
Very nice. Don, I want to hear your thoughts on the match between Jerry and Vitaly. How do you think that turns out?
I think it's a perfect match for Jerry. Any top roller that's top roll dominant is in a bad place when you pull Jerry Carteret. You've got to have an arsenal. And I just got to tell you, he's top roll dominant, just like Levan. Jerry, that's one guy. I've never. I don't know if we've gripped up Jerry ever. It's one guy that I always wanted to pull, but I was always like,
Oh, me and you?
yeah, I
Me
don't
and
think
you?
have we pulled before.
We pulled in Connecticut. You were pulling Tim Bresnan, and I dressed up as Jesus.
Listen, man, there's a lot of fog in my old memory, so I remember, but I don't think we pulled, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Well, you okay? Well, anyway,
But that's all right.
congratulations on that. But yeah,
I got it in video. I'll send it to you.
I remember the Jesus. You almost got into it with somebody that day. I remember it
I
was
did.
a lot of arguing.
Tim.
So
Tim,
you beat
me and
Tim,
Tim.
but yeah, you beat Tim, but then they said you didn't beat Tim. Yeah, I remember that BS, but I don't remember you and I pulling. But anyway,
Yeah.
You against any top roller, bad day for top rollers. You've got. I can't think of anything that he would have that would be scary for you. I would imagine this is a match that you're really excited about. So that's my opinion. I think any top roller against you it's just rough, especially when you don't have a Michael Todd transition press. All the other tools that you can come out of, those guys kind of live and die right in that. So yeah, I think it's a great match for you, and I think you'll be successful in it.
Thanks, bud.
Tim, what's your thoughts on Jerry versus Vitaly?
I think it's a good match. He kind of took the words out of my mouth when you were asking about it earlier. Coming to mind, I thought it'd be great for him to pull Vitaly and maybe Kardeccia to pull Hermes, and then the winners go against each other, and then the winner of that gets Levan. I just think that Levan's not going to pull for a while, and I think that gives us some more opportunities, some more matches, build up a better storyline behind it all. I think Hermes crushes Dzeinys, in my opinion. I don't even think it's going to be much of a match. So I think that those two matches and winners face each other and go against Levan. And out of all those people, I think Kardeccia and Jerry have the best chance at him.
Nice. I like that whole setup, man. That's a smart one. I like that. So we got Alex Kardeccia going against Hermes for the rematch because we know Alex has the win over Hermes. Hermes got to go clean that up. And to see Vitaly versus Jerry, the winner of that, squaring up with the oh my God, I think that's the formula right there. What's your thoughts on that, Israel?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think Vitaly versus Jerry would probably be the next best match for Levan for sure. The winner of that.
And how do you think that turns out?
Vitaly versus Jerry?
Yeah.
Well, of course I'm rooting for Jerry. You know, I would love to see Jerry beat him. That would give him a very clear path to Levan. I mean, I think that could easily be the next match if he beats Vitaly.
But how do you think the styles match
Sound
up?
like you said if.
Oh, I think the styles are, like when have you seen Jerry really be in that much trouble with a top roller? I mean, I think he's a perfect match for Vitaly. It'll really expose what else Vitaly can bring to the game besides his top roll.
Jerry, have you ever pulled at King of the Table? I can't remember. I'm sorry.
No.
And just to throw in a little chime here, I also think that it really depends on where you pull Levan as well, because King of the Table is running fouls, right? And different setups, different rules. I think it benefits you to pull anybody at East versus West and not King of the Table as well. So I think that plays a big factor on where these matches happen and what rule set are we using is going to determine some outcomes as well.
I agree with that. Matt, what's your thoughts on the matchup between these guys?
Yeah, I think that as most people have said, that I think Jerry's probably the favorite there. It's so hard to go against a flop presser when you're a top roller because you feel like you get absolutely everything you want. You get your cup, your pronation, you start rolling, and you just dead stop because you've gone into their fingers, into their press, and then all of a sudden you're going backwards, and it's like it's this horrible feeling. And so yeah, I can see that happening 4 times for Jerry. It's just one of those things. Even trying to pull people out of alignment with their hand and their shoulder. Jerry's a master at this position, and he can press from his arms out here. It doesn't matter. His body weight is going to pull down with it. So, yeah, I think that Jerry's probably a favorite in that position.
Hell yeah. So, Jerry, this is our last question before we let you go, because I know I've held you
Yep.
on a lot longer than I said originally. But
Yep.
I wanted to ask you, because we hear that Travis is making the big comeback. You know, he just made a post up there saying he's going to go for the #1 in arm wrestling again. And we know that he's got a right hand match in July at East versus West. And we also know that left hand in August. We don't know who the opponent is going to be in either one yet. But what's your thoughts on Travis making his comeback? Do you believe him this time, bro? And do you really believe that he's going for #1?
I I don't know. I thought he was going for the #1 broadcaster. But so if he's going for #1 arm wrestler, he has to put the work in. Every time you see him, listen, I would be enamored if I was Travis and my son was playing in the NFL and as a quarterback on any team. So this guy is not missing any of his games. He's at everything. So I find it's going to be hard for him to put in the dedication and what he needs to do for training to be the Travis of old, right? So, but I don't know, right? I mean, he could prove us all wrong and do it, but I know he was trying to come back, and then he got his butt whipped when he went against Brandon Elsesser, right? And so, oh, I
The
think
one
that's
the one thing I got to say to everybody about that one is he kind of made that match last minute, and that was just because he was being lazy and didn't get any other match for that tournament, and he needed a showpiece. So he was like, all right, I'll take this match and all, but he never actually put in the training and all. And I found out that weekend when I got in town and I talked with his wife Casey, and I didn't see that side pressure machine up in the living room, and I know the thing that he does when he gets serious, that side pressure will be up in the living room, and anytime you're on the phone with him, he's on that thing. So when I got there and I seen that, and I asked Casey, I'm like, where is it? She's like, it's downstairs. He hasn't been training at all. I was like, oh my God. So he wasn't actually, putting in the work then. That was kind of a thing, a Travis move just to get people to show up at the tournament and all. The thing that I think is,
I have his arm wrestling machine, Paul.
oh yeah, did you?
I
You
have
got
it.
okay, yeah, you got the new one. The new one. You got the new
Yeah.
version. He has the old one from like 20 years ago. You got the nice one that looks
I
all.
have the one that was at his house that he was using, the newer one. I have it at my house now.
Oh, very nice. Okay. All right. Well, the one thing I got to say though is I always would say this because hanging out with Travis the last couple of years, around this time of year, he always goes on this kick where he's going to be the #1 arm wrestler and he's coming back. And, he would say this and it would never actually happen. So I started saying, I'm like, yo, for me to believe it, I got to see the appearance change. I got to see him put
Exactly.
on some size and all. I've seen it. His face is all swolled up looking. He's looking a lot thicker. And I know he's been doing that side pressure machine now for at least, I think it's close to a year now. So, I got a little belief that he might be actually making a comeback. Now, will he take it that seriously? That's soon to be determined, but I'm kind of starting to believe it here. And I hope he does, man, because I think Travis being back in our sport is just a great thing overall. Even if he's not in the top peak Travis of the old, just having him back there talking shit, getting everybody watching is just a major thing. And then especially what you guys all said with Tyson Bagent being a NFL quarterback, I'm sure that's going to get a lot of eyes on the sport as well, especially if he's out there competing. I want to ask Don, what's your thoughts, man? Because we know you and Travis have a long history and all, and you're very familiar with going against Travis in his peak form. Do you believe that he is coming back and he will produce another beast peak form again?
Well, that was the plan. When he comes through here, Tim, Travis, this is kind of the landing spot for those guys. So they kick back and really get out of their characters, if you will, and really talk. And the plan all along was once Tyson made it, he was going to make his run one more time. So the timing's right. I seen the post. I'd love to be his first match here in the U.S. I'm doing a lot of stuff. Jerry, you nailed it, man. The training you're doing, I call it sure training, super high rep. I do thousands of reps now. We'll do super heavy powerlifting stuff and end with 500 reps of stuff. I mean, we just do things different now, and things are changing rapidly. So, I think Travis will do something. Like I said, I'd like to be part of it. I hope that I make my little run as well, and we can bring some of these old school studs out here and rattle the tree. Bring in some of the fans that that are looking for some of the guys that they noticed when arm wrestling was on, and they come in because of us. So I hope he makes a run. I think he's going to. I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it, and I hope he goes all the way, and I hope I get a shot at him as well and get back in the light for a little bit. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, we definitely need some of the old dogs back.
Don, your call out to Travis, is that right hand?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't have a bicep left-handed. Matter of fact, my last match against Travis left-handed, I lost 3-2. And we had a war. I had a damn good left arm, but I'm not in a hurry on my comeback. I am walking in it slow. Last time I ran back in and was expecting big things. I'm going to pull a match out there with Tim, with a guy that's been doing a lot of winning out of California, June 1st. And then from there, we've talked Tim Bresnan, Wayne Withers, I've been on the phone with. I've got a lot of making up to do, but I'm in not a hurry. I'm going to do it right. And I'm spending a ton of time in the gym. I'm at the gym every morning, 4:45, 5 o'clock. I don't leave till around 8. So, like you said, when you see the Don Underwood, when I unveil all of this, it'll make sense. You'll see that it's not just talk anymore. I'm bringing out something ugly. So, looking forward to doing it myself. So, if Travis is in the way, and that's what I got to take to get to. I don't know that I'll ever be back at the top of the mountain, but it'd sure be fun to wrestle with those boys.
I'm excited to hear that, man. Bringing back the OGs, bringing up the Game of Arms days, man. I'd love to see that. So, guys, if you want to see it, man, let it be known. Travis versus Don Underwood, that could be a good possible match for Travis to make his comeback. I like it. Matt, what's your whole thoughts on Travis making his comeback? Do you believe him?
Hard to believe him because he says it a lot. But I'd love to see it. The guy is one of the biggest personalities in the sport. I mean, the first thing I saw with arm wrestling was the Pulling John documentary, and obviously Travis was a big star in that. The big personality, the huge guy, a world champion, and a phenomenal left arm. Trash talk. Anytime you put this guy on an event, it's going to sell through the roof. This guy's going to promote the crap out of it, and everyone's going to watch because they want to see what Travis is going to do. He's got that personality. He's got that aura. I think him being at East versus West and doing the commentary there, I think he's inspiring him. I think he's being around it, and then he's probably getting the question all the time: when are you going to get on the table? When are you coming back? You got a match? And so that's probably pushing him as well. I'd love to see him come back. I hope he's serious, and if he does do it, I think he could rise to the top of the ranks again.
Yeah, I agree, and I believe that's right. When he's being in commentary, and him being at the top of the world at one time, and then to see everybody else in the spotlight, it's got to be driving the beast crazy, man. I know how he is. He likes to be in the spotlight. He likes everybody talking about him. So I'm sure that's definitely lighting a fire under him. Israel, what's your thoughts, man?
Well, hey guys,
Travis.
I'm gonna jump off. All right, I'll talk
Th-
to you guys later.
Thank you for
Good
having
seeing
us
you out.
on,
Have a good
Take
one.
care.
coming on, Jerry. And just like I said, everybody, make sure to tune in. We're going to be putting out some Jerry Cataract training videos. They'll be going
Get
out on my
big.
channel. And Jerry, I look forward to getting a couple interviews coming up, man, and really diving into your comeback, bro. Appreciate it
Nice.
again coming on. Have a great night,
All right,
bro.
no problem. Talk to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
All right, guys, we're going to now make a switch, man. We're going to go on to the big event coming up June 1st, May 31st, and June 1st. Tim Tallmadge and Arm Sports Entertainment are doing it big over in Arizona. So, Tim, I want you to tell us all about this great event you got set. I know that you just announced a bunch of great super matches and all, so I'm going to let you take the mic from now and tell us all about it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun, packed, I'll just say week because that's how long a lot of people are here for. But we've grown every year. Every year it gets bigger. I think when I took over Arizona, there was 98 entries in my first tournament. I think last year I hit 335. I'm expecting to hit over 400 this year. So it's just gotten bigger and better. I try to bring in a lot of people just for the simple fact that a lot of people can't leave the US. A lot of people can't, travel as much. So if they can come one time a year and know that they're going to meet some superstars of our sport, they're going to come and do it. And so we're trying something different this year. We're doing Friday night super matches right after weigh-ins to kind of kick off the weekend, just to get everybody hyped up, and they don't have to wait till Saturday to get hyped up. They can get hyped up and have a fun Friday night with it, and then roll into Saturday to weigh-ins in the morning, and then we're going to kick it off with a huge 220-pound round robin right at 10 a.m. So, I mean, we're really kicking things off early, and then we're going to run this tournament all day long, and then we're going to have like a pay-per-view at nighttime into the night with the finals matches, kind of like we did last year too. So there's a lot of excitement, a lot of big people coming. And hell, we got a bunch of them on the screen. So if many of you guys don't know, John Underwood is pulling Joe Meek. They're one of the matches. They're going to kick off the Friday night show. And then we got Mega Mike down here. He's pulling Nathan from New Mexico. They're going to do the second match. And then we got Austin Tevis taking on Giannis for the main event Friday night. Big opportunity for Austin. And I know, speaking with Giannis a lot, doesn't really know much about Austin, but he's heard the name. And he did his research before he got back to me. And for Giannis to say that he's a worthy opponent, that speaks a lot. And so, I mean, it helps me out because I created the match. So for Giannis to agree that it's a good match, because Giannis will straight up tell me, yeah, I'm going to blow through him. Like, let's not even, I'll just pull the tournament. I don't care. So I think he's looking forward to this match as well. So, yeah, it's a packed weekend, packed atmosphere, full bar, full stage, bunch of cameras in and out. There's a whole outdoor area, VIP areas, host hotel within a 2-minute walk. And then Sunday, there's usually around 60 people at my house for an after party on Sunday, pool party, food, drinks, and it's a lot of fun.
That sounds amazing. So let's back up a little. So first off, Friday night, May 31st, it starts at 6:30 p.m. and they can check it out. It's Greg Brown TV is where that'll be.
Yeah,
and it's a
yeah,
free.
we're doing it on Greg Brown's channel for free. We're doing everything for free. I've dabbled into the pay-per-view and this and that, and I said if you can do things for free, why not do them for free? We're not getting rich off of this. We never will. So just try to give everybody a good show and yeah, not put I don't want to have to worry about people putting their fucking phones down and because I'm trying to sell a pay-per-view. I just want to have a fun time. That's it. Have a great time.
Oh yeah, well we appreciate that, and I want to introduce all our guests tonight. We got Joe Meek out of Oregon. How are you doing tonight, Joe? We
Good,
got
guys.
we got Mega Mike in the house from SoCal,
What's up, fellas?
and we got Austin Tevis. Where you from, Austin? I'm sorry.
Kansas
baby.
City. Yes, sir.
Wait, Kansas City.
Yep, Kansas City, Missouri.
Very nice. Welcome, Austin. So first off, let's start off with Joe. So Joe, you got a big match going against legend in our sport, Don Hollywood Underwood, man. So how are you preparing for this? What's your thoughts of the match, and what's your chances of winning?
I'm not doing a lot different. I think most people know my left hand's my dominant hand, and I had a right shoulder surgery, but it's coming back fast. I got a chance at in Vegas at Brandon Allen's place, and got Mega Mike pulled on me a little bit, and Pablo leaned on my hand and wrist pretty hard, and he gave me props on that, so it felt really strong. And so I think it really depends on if I can hit my lane, and I just have less table time with my right. The left just feels so much more coordinated, but at the same time, I mean, it is really strong, and I do have a lot of endurance and like an open top roll or different things. So, and I mean, how do you pass that up? As new as I am to the sport, there's just no way I'm going to say no to that.
How many years you been in the sport?
3, but like I said, in the middle of that, I had my shoulder done, and where I live, I really don't have a lot of guys to pull with, and the guys that I do have, my table IQ is probably the highest. So a lot of the guys I practice with are relying on me. So it's a lot of holding, and for me to travel to work with guys, it's quite a ways. But I mean, still, I'm making progress. So.
What's your height and weight at right now?
I'm down on weight right now. I'm bouncing around probably, I'm guessing today, probably around 285. And that's down from, I think, where people normally see me. I'm somewhere between 3 and 310.
Okay. And what's your height?
6'4".
And what's your top win as of today?
And it's hard to say because they were just, it's different ones. Left-handed, I'd probably say Ron Bath. Yeah. That's the one most people know about. And then last year I placed 3rd at the East versus West qualifier.
Very nice. Don, so let's hear about it, man. We know you're making your big comeback. We know going against Big Joe Meek. He's pretty new in the sport. What can we expect that day from you?
I think a lot of excitement. I've changed, for a lot of years in the past, probably 4 or 5, I've been in training mode to train up and coming arm wrestlers, Austin included, and doing a lot of, noon to 3 stuff. And I found that it really affected when I tried to come back before. I'd catch everybody. If you remember the Wayne Withers match, I'm always catching here, so my training's different now. I'm working back on some of the goes. My hit's super hard. I'm getting some speed back. A guy like Joe has a great opportunity. I'm making a comeback as well. So it kind of evens the playing field a little bit. I look forward to it. I've heard a lot of great things about the guy. I've never met him. Look forward to meeting him. And I expect the best out of him when I get to hold his hand. I'm bringing, a lot of the old me. I'm going to hopefully get that adrenaline push that I used to be able to pull out at any given time. Find some anger and pull with authority. Just do some things I haven't done in a long time, and I need that little bit of edge. It's what made me Hollywood. And I've, like I said, I'm getting out of training mode and getting back in, putting it on kill. So, Joe's my first opportunity. Hope he's training hard. I am. And I look forward to the match and look forward to seeing everybody out there.
Don, how long you been back on the table for now?
Well, I got home in January, and I've been nonstop since. Had a little bit of injury, pulling a lot with Michael Artem, pulled 4 days straight after that, and then ran into a pretty hard, I do a lot of hand and wrist stuff, so every other day we end our workouts with 600 reps of pronators and all together without stopping. So it takes about 15 straight minutes, and the arm's just completely full of blood. But I've been training since January. had an injury, just now getting over that. I had no side pressure. I pulled the East versus West with Ryan Johnson's tournament. Grabbed a couple really big, strong dudes in Wallace Dilly and Devin Gagnaban. And actually had some success with the injury that I had. I was able to stop those guys. So I was probably at 50, 60%. So if I heal like I think I'm going to heal, I should have a lot of success, man. We pulled for an hour and a half earlier tonight. It's just nonstop, just like Joe was talking about endurance. Endurance is one of the things that I really work on. There's a new mouthpiece out there that helps with breathing. I'm going to work on trying to implement that. You know, I'm getting old, man. So it takes a little bit more work. I'll be 52 next month. And but I got to tell you, like Jerry said, I'm in the gym getting gains, and I feel confident for the first time. You know, you can always say you're confident. This comeback, but I really feel different again. And I don't know how fast it's going to come back or if it will, but I'm damn sure going to put the effort in. So, yeah, Joe, I look forward to it, man. Let's put on a show. Let's get in each other's face and, make it happen, brother. Good luck to you.
Absolutely.
You're fucked, Joe.
I can't wait for this one, guys. And guys, if you're in the chat, man, if you can just hit that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And Israel, I want to ask you your thoughts, man, because I know you've pulled with Joe a bunch of times. You know, he's come down to our practice a few times. We've also seen him in Vegas recently at Brandon Allen's practice. I don't know if you've ever gripped up with Don Underwood, but what's your thoughts on this whole match and your prediction?
Sadly, I have not had the pleasure to grip up with Don Underwood, but I'm looking to change that one day. As far as as far as for Joe is still getting his bearings in the sport. He is a very strong and big individual. He brings a lot of tools to the table. I had a chance to pull him earlier this year, and I will say that his left is already at a very, very high level. His right is not far behind. He's only getting better from the last time I saw him in Vegas. I didn't get a chance to pull him, but he was looking very good against other people. And I think that it's going to be a very good match, him versus Don. I'm really looking forward to see what happens.
What's your prediction, though? Who do you have winning? If you had to bet your house on it, who are you going to bet?
I think Don's hiding something under that sweater. So I don't know. It's hard to tell, honestly.
You're smart.
Come on, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one, Israel.
If I really have to pick one, I'm gonna give the edge to Joe just based off of recent activity. But like I said, depending on what Don brings to the table, it could make it interesting.
Like it.
I'm going to ask Mega Mike, what's your thoughts on this match?
Well, I have pulled Joe and right-handed and left. His right hand is good. His arm is strong. I still got the edge on him a little bit. I've never pulled Don. I actually give the edge to Don because how many years of experience is. He's powerful. His tendons have already been through it multiple times. Maybe he's probably coming back healthier. He didn't have a recent surgery. Like, there's a lot of things pointing at Don. So I give the edge to Don. I'm rooting for Joe. I want Joe to win. So,
Austin, what's your thoughts? I see you putting up the 3-0. Which way do you have that going?
3-0 Woody.
Okay. And why do you say that? Is it experience?
He's putting in the work heavy. He feels like he's the strongest hand I've ever held in my life. Like, undoubtedly, he's the strongest hand. And he, like, a month ago, I would have maybe said differently. But today, like, we just pulled on Sunday. We pulled a lot. And I'd have to use fucking both arms.
Oh. So you guys are training partners on the regular?
Yeah.
Okay.
We pull together all the time. He's my sensei.
All right. This makes sense.
So, like, for me to beat Woody, like, I'd have to fucking put both hands up there, maybe a right leg or something. I don't fucking know, but I'm not touching him right now.
Yeah,
Austin,
but you gotta remember,
Austin, that's not
Joe's
saying
right
much.
arm is probably the size of your right leg.
Honestly, maybe the thigh. I mean, the calf is not
No, Joe's a
terrible,
big,
but maybe
big
the
man.
thigh.
Joe's a big man. I'm telling you.
Joe, I don't know. All I know is what I know, and all I know is that Donnie's right arm right now is the strongest right arm I've ever felt. So
All right, who's the second strongest right arm you ever felt?
probably my third leg.
Well, if that's the comparison, then maybe Joe is going to win.
We'll see. All I know is if I had money to put on it, it'd all be going on Woody.
That's the one that Austin felt the second right there. Hey, I
Austin,
can tell
have
you,
you made
maybe Adam Rosinski. Adam Rosinski's probably the second strongest right arm.
I can tell you as a promoter of this and knowing both of these guys very, very well, I don't see a clean sweep. I see a lot of intensity on the table. They're both, well, more Joe, more of a humble guy, quiet guy. But when you get the dude on the table, it's like someone just takes the mask off and it's a whole different person. And so I don't think I've ever counted Joe out of a match just for his heart of the sport and everything like that. And then when you bring in the OG of Dawn, I just think it's a clash of such similar styles and intensity that endurance is going to play a big factor. And I think I'm 50-50, 3-2 either way on these boys. And I think it's going to be a barn burner.
I agree.
Well, I'll offer this. I do have a win against Gagnathan.
Oh, I beat him a whole bunch.
So do I.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Austin just beat him twice.
What the fuck does that mean?
Who?
So do I when I weighed 182 pounds.
It's just a recent match I've seen. So.
Yeah. So what are we talking about here?
Well, I gotta say, Joe, this is a big match for you, bro. You get this win, your name is gonna be going everywhere, bro. It'll put you on the radar of everybody across the country. So I wish you the best of luck, man. You're definitely gonna have your hands full. You're going against a legend in the sport. He's got so much experience on the table, and it's just props to you, man. 3 years in the sport and getting a match like this on Tim Tallmadge event that's big things, man. So I'm looking forward to it, and I wish you guys both best of luck that day for sure.
Thank you, brother.
Now I want to move on to Mega Mike, man. You got your hands full with another beast. And I mean, this dude could almost be your twin, man. This dude is just an unbelievable beast. I seen him over in Arizona this past December. The guy's been just going around beating everybody. Mega Mike versus Nate McCallan, man. So Mega Mike, how does this turn out, man? And what's your prep looking like?
My prep for him. So my prep right now has changed only because I'm going against Wayne Withers on May 11th. So I've had to change a few things up for him, but that's actually going to help me also with Nate. So it's preparing me. It's preparing me to be even more well-rounded in lanes that I wasn't as strong in are going to go up, and the lanes that I was already strong in are also going to go up. So in that sense, I think it puts Nate in more trouble because I'm going to be a better arm wrestler that day. Even if I lose to Wayne, I will be a better arm wrestler the day I pull Nate.
And have you ever gripped up with Nate before?
No, but you're right. We do look a lot alike. I think I'm the smaller guy weight-wise. I think our frames are probably very similar and our height is similar. I think he was up at 300 pounds at once. He's cutting down. I think he's at like 270 right now. And then me, I'm on a cut to 250. I'm at 253 right now because I want to be ready for the World Series of Arm Wrestling at 239.
And when is that?
That's the end of the qualifier I need to be ready for is
June 29th, Riverside.
June 29th, Riverside.
Wait, so let me get this straight. So you got a match May 11th at Knuckles Up 3 over in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And you're going against big Wayne Withers, and you're cutting to go against Wayne Withers?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's crazy, bro.
but my strength has gone nowhere but up. That my cut's been very smart. So my power level is going to be there. My weight with Wayne is not going to be an excuse. Not even a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, he outweighs me already. I mean, what is he, 330 or something? And 6'7". Like whatever, it is what it is. Me being 270, 280 is no difference than me being 250.
I think you
In
got
my-
a better
in my
chance.
opinion.
I think you got a better chance of being lighter and faster and more endurance than you do bulking up to 270
Right,
and being slower and out of shape and him wearing you down. I think
right.
you I think you got way higher expectations to beat him if you're at about a 255, maybe 260 max right there against him.
Right. I
Tim,
don't disagree with you. And I've done my studying on Wayne. There's a definite lane, and I don't want to put it out there because I don't want him to guard it, but there is a definite lane that I found that he struggles with, and I can exploit it.
wow.
So
Tim, I want to ask you the same question, man. With as far as with Devin versus Levan, man, did you think it was a problem Devin coming in a lot later, as instead of being like 290, 300 and all? Did that make a big difference as far as his power output, do you think?
No, I don't think so at all. I think Devin was in the best shape Devin could have been in that point in time. I don't think Devin could have bulked and been in better shape. I think that he I think he was in the best shape that he would ever be in and being at that weight because he felt healthier, he felt stronger, his bicep felt way better, and he knew to me, I think with him being that light was knowing that his bicep was going to hold. I think if he was going to get bigger, I knew the bicep was going to come off. So I think if he was going to overtrain, get big, that bicep was just going to snap. I think by staying lighter, he held the match how he wanted, and I think he had a better lane.
Okay. And now also want to know, how do you think it's going to turn out between Nate and Mega Mike that day, man? I know you're the promoter, you can't really pick sides, but what was your
Yeah.
thoughts when you made this match?
So I got to give all credit to Greg Brown on this match. This was his match down in Mexico. I believe some stuff happened. And so when I collabed with Greg Brown, because we have a lot of things that we're collabing on in Mexico that we're going to announce June 1st, some big tournament going on next year in Mexico that I'm putting on. So that's a little hint there. This was his match. So all credit to him. And but my thoughts on it. Um, I know where Nate's at. I'm pretty sure I always know where Mega Mike's at. I give the edge to Mega Mike. I think Nathan has everything to prove on this. But I know he's hungry. And so when Greg presented this match, I agreed because you always want to give that guy that's hungry a match because it always, no matter if he can win or lose, it's always going to be a great battle. It's never going to be two superstars where somebody loses the first match and they just give up, right? These guys are hungry and they want to prove themselves because they want to go to that next level. And for Mega Mike to get that call for Knuckles Up, I would be even more stoked if I was Nate because now if he goes and gets that win and then Nate comes and beats him, well, guess who's getting that next call, right? So I think that this match just got that much better off of Mega Mike getting that call as he should get that call. Because I think he's ready for that match too. And I think that it's just going to be awesome. I just think it's going to be awesome. I don't know how else to explain it. One guy is more established than the other one. One guy's super hungry, and it's going to be awesome.
Joe, what's your thoughts on the match? Who do you think's gonna walk away with the W?
I really think Mike learned more about himself after pulling Pablo. Watching them after pull, and I've seen some different things. And he's gonna have that. He's gonna have the experience of Wayne's first, right? I heard that right.
Yeah, May
Yeah.
11th.
Yeah. So I think there's some recent experience coming up for Mike that's just going to serve him really well. And I think that's probably where it's going to land. I think, in my opinion, I really see him. I think there is a lane there, and I think he's going to take it. I believe I pulled Nate last year at Arizona State, and he's fast, and I know what he took from me, but I also know, I believe I know where, it's something I'll talk to Mike about, but where I would like to go on against Nate is exactly where Mega Mike can go.
Who won between you and Nate, Joe?
He did.
Okay.
So, and then, my right, it's gotten a lot better since then, like way better. So,
Israel, what's your thoughts on this match? And do you have you pulled Nate before?
I have not. I have never pulled him. I'm not sure how long he's been pulling for. He came into my radar not too long ago when I saw him pull Tony Tomlinson out in New Mexico. And that was the first time I kind of got a gauge to where he was. I believe
Was
he
that
did.
left-handed?
No, it was right-handed.
Was it right?
Yeah, and he did beat Tony, but it was competitive. Both of them definitely had their lanes. Um, Depending on, his growth, I do think that Mega Mike is the favorite coming in. And I also agree with what Joe said, that Mega Mike did a lot of growing from his time facing Pablo to now. I think that we're gonna see a different Mega Mike, and he's been killing it in all the events he's been doing since then. So I'm excited for that match for sure.
And just a little side note, I did beat Pablo left-handed.
Yeah, that too, which was a crazy development because up until recently, before that, Mega Mike was, decommissioning his left arm. He was not thinking it was at that level.
Yeah. But it was a practice pull, but it was a ready go.
There you go.
I can say, I just want to speak on, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Paul. What Joe mentioned earlier was kind of a reasoning why I didn't give him a left-handed super match. I know his left is better than his right, but man, Saunders might be in the building, and I want to see that left-handed match. So there's a couple guys between Corey West and Saunders and some other guys that I wanted him to be the best version of him left-handed for that match, and that was kind of a tactic of this right-handed match as well, to give him the love that he deserves for how fast he's come up in the sport. Not a lot of people come up and as humble as Joe. I think he's very deserving of this match, but I want to see him in that tournament left-handed, so that was kind of my reasoning behind that.
Oh, nice, man. I'd love to see that. Him and getting Saunders. Oh, that'd be amazing, bro. You get that win. That's huge for real. Matt, what's your thoughts on this match? How do you think this turns out?
I'm excited to see it. Absolutely. Just quickly, we missed a super chat from Greg Brown TV earlier.
Sorry, where?
That's why he put in $5. He said that he has lots of footage of you, Paul, from Winter Blast. He wants to know if he can use it.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Knock yourself out. I could just imagine because he was beefing with me at Winter Blast, so I could just imagine what that's gonna be. But yeah, knock yourself out, Greg. Also want to talk about the big main event match going on Friday, May 31st, and we got Austin Tevis going against Giannis. This one is huge for Austin, man. I want to hear about this. How did this come about? First off, Tim, how did you set this match, and what was your thoughts on this?
How many people watch your channel so I can explain the truth?
Got 113 now.
There's a lot of things that transpired. I had Corey Miller versus Giannis #2. I ran that match 3 years ago, and it was my favorite match of my career, and I've been in the sport 20 years. And so I had the #2. Now Corey's walking around way heavier. Giannis doesn't really pull guys out of his weight class. So after going back and forth, we sponged it. And then it was between two guys, in my opinion. It was between Austin and Hunter Knopf. And I went with Austin. And nothing against Hunter. Very well deserving, but very young, just like Austin. But I think that Hunter has a easier path in our sport because of what he's already done in front of certain people to get that next call, if that makes sense. And he did, right? So he got the call for the East West Challenger Series. So I was right on that. And so for me, it's giving another well-deserving person another shot that they deserve to get spotlighted. And I thought Austin was the best person for that.
We got a super chat in from Austin Tevis' little dick, and he says for $2, he goes, I bet Austin doesn't show up like the 176 round robin. Austin, what do you got to say to that, bro?
Well, Austin doesn't need an answer. I just ask his manager.
Right,
He's right up there. His name's Don Underwood, and he'll be there.
right.
Enough
Yeah.
said. Next question.
Austin, his name is Austin. Tevis' little dick.
Yep.
So that just speaks for itself because he made a whole profile over my name.
So Austin, what's your thoughts on this match, man? And yeah, what did happen? Because I know you were supposed to be part of that 176 round robin and all. Something came up or something.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna blow it all over like public shit, but I had some personal stuff come up.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yep.
Okay. So
And it is what it is. It fucking sucks. I mean, honestly, I personally think I would have beat Hunter Knopf, so I would have beat everybody else. Like Dalton Duncan placed third or
You know, I
second
can,
or whatever he placed, and I beat Dalton Duncan 3-0.
I'd like to say something on that. This guy had trained hard for this. That's all he talked about. He turned down some opportunities I laid out for him. This was a last minute delay. And yeah, he was hugely disappointed. So you guys can say whatever you want. This kid is legit and for real. And I would have bet my house. That round robin was Austin Tevis's. And but it is what it is. It's done. It's behind us. And the next match is Giannis, and we're preparing him for it hardcore. We are not doing anything easy going. We're beating his ass. And he walks out of there, and his tail's not between his head's held high, but he's whooped when he leaves. We got a bunch of dudes doing everything we can to make this guy ready. And to be fair, he's made me better. And we just got a real good class of folks here, and I hope all of us do well. So, yeah.
Austin, how many years you been in our sport right now?
I think it's almost 3 now.
Wow, see that sounds crazy to me, man. Going against Giannis in only 3 years in the sport, you got a mountain to climb, my man. Because this is one of the top legends, one of the best pound for pound arm wrestlers to ever live. What's your thoughts, man? Like, what do you feel percentage wise of you getting the win that day?
So like, believe me when I say I know, like it's a top dog. Like it's a name. Like when you say Giannis, like you can get on YouTube, you can do whatever you want. It's Giannis, you know. Like that's the big dog. That's the big name. But I mean, I'm gonna say 50-50.
Okay.
Like I'm not going in saying, hey, I'm gonna win. Like I've never lost a super match. Never. But with this one, it's a little different. He's the fucking big dog, you know. So I'm training fucking hard. I'm doing what I can. But I'm fully aware that Giannis is Giannis, you know, and that like that's just more motivation underneath my ass. Like that's a fire. That's a fire underneath me, you know.
Is there a weight cap on this match?
Yeah, it's 180, right, Tim?
Yeah, it's 179.9.
Oh, 179.9. That's a new one for me.
Not a .01 over. That's how Giannis works. And
I heard 180 is what I was told, but I guess it's
We're
179.9 now.
so you
We'll
got to
make
blow
the
out your
way.
mouth. You just blow, and it comes right out.
We'll make the
But
way.
hey, it's one of those things too where I know that Giannis is taking this seriously if he says it's 179.9. Giannis is not. If he's not taking it serious, he's gonna just say, yeah, whatever. So for and when it comes, everybody has to realize there's levels here, and we all know it. North America is here, international's here. So I have high respect for Giannis. And so when I book international matches, US not so much, I really ask the international guys, do you think it's going to be a match? Who do you want? And and we talked about it, and this is what me and Giannis agreed on. And there was a couple other big players that he and I had mentioned that he said no. Some guys have been in the sport for a lot of years, been on WAL. You guys could probably gather who I'm talking about. It's a no. He
Is it
wanted
Luke Kent?
Gian,
What are you talking about?
he wanted you cut out. He wanted Austin.
Okay. Was it Luke Kent you were talking about before with the WAL and all, or was
You're
that somebody
cutting
else?
out really bad.
Driving through a tunnel.
That's funny, man. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate out there, man, because I know a few people were rubbed the wrong way with Austin getting the match against Giannis, meaning because he wasn't at that 176 round robin. And I know that Austin was on my channel, and he was definitely one of the guys most vocal out there, running his mouth, calling people out, Justin Bishop and all. And I know Justin Bishop had it out for him and all. And then he had to back out last minute. He had an emergency come up. And I know it definitely rubbed a lot of those guys the wrong way. And now to see them, him getting the match against Giannis, I'm sure a lot of them are a little upset about that. So what's your thoughts on that, man? Like, you said before that it was between him and Hunter Knox. In my eyes, Hunter being that 154 guy went into the 176 and then came out victorious and won that. I kind of would agree with that. I would think that should be the one that should be up next against Giannis. What's your thoughts on that?
I know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna spoil it. But like, let's just put it this way: Hunter has a better path for a certain reason. I talked to Hunter. I talked to certain people part of that path. Never say never. Let's just put it that way. There's certain things where I mean, you probably know when you book these international matches, your phone starts ringing from other promoters internationally, and you choose your path. Do you choose to battle with them, or do you choose to just say, not a problem, it's cool, it's cool. That's what I did, and this is the path that we went. This was the better option, in my opinion. There was 11 guys in that round robin, and unfortunately Austin wasn't there. No disrespect to anybody else, I believe Austin has the better shot.
So let me ask you this: do you believe that Austin would have won that round robin if he showed up that day? Right hand, right hand.
I think he was the favorite. I think that he still would have had to get through Hunter, and from Hunter's performance, I don't know what the draw was. I would have to look at the draw and see who drew someone where. But yeah, I think it was a 50-50 between him and Hunter. Stylistic wise, I think Austin wins that. Speed wise, I think Hunter wins that. I think it's whoever gets to their lane first. And we'll have that match. We'll have it sometime. And it might be this year. So let's stay tuned on that.
And the other one that I would also encourage you to look into is Justin Bishop versus Austin, because I know them two were going back and forth, and Justin was kind of keeping it quiet and all, but after when Austin backed out, I know I've seen a few comments that Justin throwing in there and saying that he definitely wants to run into Austin sometime in the future. So would that be something that you'd entertain as a up and coming match, maybe after the Giannis?
Yeah. Me and Justin will talk about it, I'm sure. I got a lot of big things coming in the works the rest of this year. So it's not out of the works that they can't meet up on these things that I'm gonna put up. But Justin's an OG, and some people want different expectations in super matches and stuff like that. And so if the circumstances were right on both parties, yeah, I'll entertain it.
Sounds good. Well, I'm looking forward to this event, guys. So again, it's going to start Friday, May 31st at 6:30 p.m. You can check it out on Greg Brown TV YouTube channel. They got these great 3 super matches going. Austin Tevis versus Giannis will be the headliner. We got Mega Mike versus Nate. We got Don Underwood versus Joe Meek. Amazing card set up. And then we got Saturday, the round robin. They'll kick it off at 10 a.m. Just curious, where we'll be able to see that round robin?
Well, I got to talk to Lorray and them, but I believe it right now. I have it set on my channel, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be on their channel. I would imagine it would be. So
Okay.
it's either going to be mine or theirs. We'll get it out there soon. So I got a full production team coming down from Washington State, running a full production with some overhead cameras, some 2 live guys on stage the whole time. They work on TV, they work on live PD and hoarders. So, I mean, we got the whole team coming for this thing.
And we got the great announcers. We got Don Underwood will be announcing along with Uncle John, another arm wrestling buzz crew. I think he'll be popping in here very soon. So
Yeah, there you go.
That's gonna be great as well. So I'm looking forward to this event for sure.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah,
Paul,
what's up, Austin?
My phone died. I gotta pop back in, and you got all these people talking shit about this 176 round robin and this and that. Whatever. That's all cool, but you gotta realize, like, sometimes shit fucking happens, life happens, and I have personal shit going on, and I wasn't able to make it. But you got to realize that I didn't not show up because I was afraid or scared or anything like that. Like, I would have showed up and I'd have won that motherfucker right-handed. Left-handed, questionable. Like, there's some fucking baddies there left-handed. But right-handed, there's no fucking way Hunter Knopf beats me right-handed. I'll tell you that right now. Like, anybody can set it up. Me and him have a fucking agreement that we'll pull right-handed at some point. There ain't no fucking way he's beating me right-handed at that weight. No way.
Well, I'd love to see that, guy. So if anybody's listening, man, they want to see that or make that happen, definitely get in contact with these guys. That would be an explosive match to watch for sure. I would be a fan and definitely be tuning in for that one.
I mean, a lot of people know my events. I run 2 huge events every year, Arizona State, Washington State. People that follow my channel, Arm Sports Entertainment, they know who shows up to my shit. My phone's always on. So if you guys are the one, I can't see this chat. If you think you're deserving of something, my name's Tim Tallmadge. Hit me up.
Yeah, the only one I know.
No, we've been in cahoots, and like we made a little side bet, and if I won, he was gonna get AT with a heart around it tattooed on his ass cheek, and if I won, I was gonna get Carolina Chaos tattooed on my ass cheek, and he won, which is fair, and I'm making true to that bet. I'm gonna get Carolina Chaos tattooed on my left fucking ass cheek.
Oh, wow.
But he agreed once I did that we would agree to a match. And we've been in cahoots and we've been in talks, and then he stopped fucking talking back once I said that. So
okay.
Me and Hunter Knopf will pull us at some point around that weight. It's gonna be a great fun. That's for the future. All I'm worried about right now is Giannis. I mean, that's my biggest concern. But
absolutely.
Austin, go get that tattoo, man, and we'll make sure that it happens then, bro.
We've talked. We've had personal conversations, me and Hunter, and I'm gonna get the tattoo, even though I couldn't fucking defend it. It is what it is. But
that's respect, bro. That's a man of his word. I appreciate that, man, for real.
I have a question for Don if whenever I get a chance.
Yeah, what's up, Mega Mike?
Hey, Don, I heard you mention, I think I saw it a little bit ago, that you pulled a Wayne. You got any advice for me?
Yeah, I could give you a ton of tips, man. But I mean, I think that, I mean, you just got to get in there. You got to do your homework, man. The guy's strong. If you just watch him and I's match, I didn't bring my medication, so shame on me. I got real bad asthma, and I just couldn't breathe. I thought I had the match, and it went south in a hurry. So go watch my match with him. It won't be too hard to figure out. Like I say, Wayne's a hell of a puller, but if you've got some tools in your bag, you'll find it real easy. So
it's on Arm Sports Entertainment's YouTube.
Yeah. Good match.
I'll check it out. Just wondering if you had any advice. I've done my homework on him. I've got about three things I'm feeling pretty comfortable with that I could try if one doesn't work. So
yeah, just like I said, watch the match, man. I mean, like I said, I was strong in that position. Like I said, I mean, I think if you can stop him, you can beat him. It's just one of those things. You don't let him get his momentum.
Right.
You got to use your head. You've been in this sport how long now?
A little over 4 years.
Okay. I mean, so you've got to consider the hand size, the arm length. There's so much to consider. If you watch my tactics and you go in there smart like that, I don't know how good your hand is. We're going to obviously get an opportunity very soon, but there is some kinks, but you've got to take your time. If you get too aggressive with him, you're going to lose everything because he's very good, especially in the strap. So I'll give you that much. Wayne's my boy. We talk a lot. I want to see him pull. I need someone out there busting him up because, like I said, I'm hunting him down too. So, yeah, man,
Well,
I just can't wait to see it.
I'll take a crack at him for you.
Get it done, man. Wear him down, and I'll see you in Phoenix. It looks like. So, good luck to you, brother. I'll be rooting you on.
All right, you too. Good luck.
Thanks, brother.
Israel, I want to go to you now, bro. Let's just catch us up. Anything new happened this week in arm wrestling community we need to address?
You're muted.
Yeah, you're on mute right now. Yep.
Sorry. Other than East versus West, is there anything else you want to go into? We still got a few matches to recap if you want to ask a few of the guys.
Yeah, what matches would you want to talk about?
Hey, guys, I got to cut out. I am at work.
Oh, thank you, Mega Mike, for coming on, brother. Appreciate it, man. Good luck,
Paul,
May
thank you for
11th.
having me. Tim, you're the man. Joe, God bless you guys. All right. See you.
See you May 11th, bro.
Israel, 3 years.
All right, bro. You better be counting down.
Always.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
Israel, is there any specific matches that you want to bring up?
Well, Joe, was there anything, any matches that you liked? We didn't get to hear from you. What was your favorite match of the card?
Man, there's a bunch of them. That Hermes match that blew me away. I mean, I looked up to Cody Merritt a lot, being a left-handed puller, and it shocked me then. I didn't really do my homework, as to who he was prior to that, but it's in my mind, there's a lot of things opening up there. There's, what does that whole left-handed stack up look like? I think there's more matches to be seen for everybody to really know how it truly stacks up. And then another one that's coming to mind is on the right hand is Morozov and Dzeinys. Like people are, you guys earlier covered that whole chain coming down that side. And I know people want to see Dzeinys do stuff, and I get why. I mean, he's a legend and everybody respects him. But, Morozov's right there and they got Dzeinys right above him. It makes me wonder. I think as far as that whole stack up, we'll learn a lot. Man, that card, I don't know. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I love the whole thing.
What's the weight of Muratov, man? How much does he actually weigh that he's beating like all these super heavyweights?
I don't know, because he dropped that weight, right? I mean, he was not feeling good there for a while.
Yeah. Sorry. He asked you about Alizhan.
Yeah, Alizhan Muratov.
The guy who just beat Hermes.
Yeah. Does anybody know what he weighs?
I think he's originally a 115 guy, but obviously I think he's going up a little bit for these matches. I'm not exactly sure what he's weighing right now, but I'd guess around the 120, 125. I can't imagine he's much bigger than that. I mean, he's not, as big as these guys. I think he's only around 6 foot.
Yeah,
I actually thought he was a lot smaller than everybody, bro. That's what was kind of crazy.
He was pulling up. They had mentioned that a bit. That he's definitely lighter. He's pulling out of his class, but he dang sure didn't look like it. He looked very good.
Yeah, for real.
Or I think, sorry, Paul, I was mistaken. I think he is a 105 guy originally.
Yeah.
And he's pulling more around the 115 to 120.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What is the 105 weight? What is that in pounds?
He's world champ at 105. Yeah.
What is that one? What is it?
232.
230. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that dude is a beast for real.
I'll tell you what, I think the best match of the night was the lady sitting right here that's coming to Arizona State, Fia.
Oh my God. She is just so dominating. It's crazy, man. And that lady that she was going against is world class, top level, and Fia just made that look easy, man.
I'll tell you what, if you're a female arm wrestler in North America, ladies pull free at Arizona State, any armed sports entertainment event, and to have these ladies right here going to be in the house, you got to be you got, I don't know. If you're not there, I don't know what to tell you anymore. Like, I could tell you last year, I think our biggest ladies class was 15 ladies, and we had 3 classes, and the smallest one was 8. So, that's telling you how big the ladies classes are at Arizona State. And now with these ladies going to be there, and it's going to be pretty special.
To
So,
everyone in the
ladies, if you're
chat,
listening, I expect you guys all to turn up. You guys all need to talk with each other because I know there's been a lot of controversy going around in the ladies' world, and they're all trying to band together and just try to get like women's arm wrestling popping in North America. And now, Arm Sports Entertainment is doing it right. They're telling you they had 15 people in a class last year and all. So I think you ladies need to all come together and really show up on this. If you guys want to really truly grow women's arm wrestling, you got to show up because a lot of promoters, man, they're starting to lose faith in you ladies. They're putting out these prize money and they're trying to keep everything equal, and then they only have 1 or 2 ladies show up, and that's not fair. These people put up money to do this, so please turn up. Tim has gone out of his way. He's flying in women, the best women in the world, coming from Sweden and all. So let's show support and get behind them, guys. So really encourage the ladies.
All the same awards too. Nothing changes with the ladies classes. I mean, the only thing that's different is it's free. There's nothing different. You get the same awards across
That's
the
the only
board.
thing I don't get, Tim. Why are we doing the free thing? I don't agree with that, man. I think for them to get legitimacy, they gotta let's just do everything the same.
I don't agree. I'm sorry. I'm old school. I believe that there's a lot of things with lady sports to grow it up, and I think that when you say you're someone in the crowd, right, and you've never arm wrestled before, are you going to pay $50, $20, $10 to go pull? I think that if you offer it for free, I'm just giving back to the lady sport, in my opinion. I'm very old school when it comes to a lot of stuff with women, and this is my way of showing that we treat them the same. They get the same as us, but it's always been free with my events. I don't know. I've done it since day one, and I'll never change.
Well, I hope they show up and all, but I don't like the precedents it's setting, man, because promoters got to put out money for that, and we're trying to get promoters to really focus on the ladies, try to build their growers to get more people into the sport and all. And I don't know, man. I feel like just telling promoters that they're supposed to do it for free and all. I think it's just we're making it very hard on the promoter's pocket and for them to want to really focus on it. I think we should just keep it, maybe do a discount or something. But I think to keep the credibility too, I would like to see them paying and just doing pretty much the same,
I mean,
same awards, same
everybody
cash
can,
prizes.
yeah, everybody can do it however they want. I don't expect anybody to do what I do. I just am a fan of the sport. I've been around a long time. And some of these ladies that they just don't travel because they got to spend money on entry fees and all that, not knowing if there's going to be one person in their class. But more ladies are going to travel and build the sport if they know that it's free and maybe their husband or boyfriend's pulling, so they're going to go too, and then hopefully there's going to be a bunch of ladies in the class. I'm not saying that any other promoter has to do what I do. I don't think that any promoter has to think that I'm special by what I do. This is just what Arm Sports Entertainment does. And this is my way of thinking that it's going to build up the ladies sport in North America. I don't see any other way because I've tried every way. I've tried charging. I've tried giving away $500 a class. I've done it all. And this is the only way that it's ever worked that I've promoted. I mean, I charged I gave away $500 left and right hand and had 3 ladies show up to my event. The last 5 years that I've ran it for free, I've never had less than 6. I guess it's working. We're getting more ladies in the sport. That's how I see it.
Yeah, much respect, bro. You keep trying. You're not giving up, man. So whatever way you got to do it, I respect that. I'm just saying overall in general, trying because I heard other people talking. You know, the TAL was, you know, they did a lot of things for the ladies. I know Sarah McKinney, you know, she used to do the all ladies tournament, and they were putting out massive cash prizes for everybody, and still they weren't getting any traction or whatever. So, you know, I just hope
Right.
somebody figures out the proper formula, and I just want to give you respect, man, for continuing to try, man.
Yeah, I mean, we tried money. It didn't work. It just didn't work. You know, you got to think about this is a male dominant sport, right? And for ladies and stuff like that, it's hard to come around and get them involved in stuff, you know. And this is, I don't know, this is the only way that I've seen it work. And there's a saying too, if you're in it to make money, you shouldn't be in arm wrestling. And so if you need the money to pay for a ladies medal, then you shouldn't be a promoter, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. This this thing's cost me over $15,000, and I came out of pocket because of the love of the sport. I don't have sponsors, and so it's just something that I like to do.
Oh, much respect, man. And I just want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. I really appreciate. Looking forward to your big event, May 31st over in Arizona States. Definitely get over there and show your support. Also, you were saying, is there going to be a pay-per-view for the finals? You'll have that on as well?
Right now it's just free. But
Okay.
we were talking about doing a pay-per-view. If we decide to release that, it'd be by May 1st. But other than that, Arm Sports Entertainment's YouTube channel all day long.
Okay.
And
So
then
get
there'll
over to
be
Arm Sports Entertainment. Make sure you subscribed over there. They'll keep you updated where you can
Yeah.
check all the action. Also, Greg Brown TV will be on Friday night. They'll have the super matches over there. So get over there, subscribe there.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys would like to shout out? Don, is there anywhere people could get a hold of you that you'd like them to?
Anywhere through Tim. Tim's kind of my guy. I mean, we are collabing on a ton of stuff. I kind of stay under the radar. I'm not ready. I've been hit from every side, people telling me to get a channel from everything that I'm doing, from gym owners to fans, and it's just it potentially could be out there. Tim and I have talked a little bit about some things. I'm not in any hurry. Like I said, right now I'm focusing on me getting the best version of me. You know, like I said, when I open up and show everybody what I've done, I think it'll make more sense. It becomes real. It doesn't just become, you know, Don or Travis talking. You know, you're going to see the unveiling, a different looking person. You're like, holy shit, this guy's for real. Whether I win or lose, I'm taking a slow walk back to what I was great at. I think I can be great again, but I'm in no hurry to show that. Like I said, I think I have plenty of time, and with Tim's help, you know, we're going to get there. You know, there's nobody else, in my opinion, like Tim Tallmadge. He does and works his ass off. He's honest and he's loyal. You know, he's getting away from some of the internet trash that used to get him riled up. We used to have little phone calls where we'd have to say, hey, calm down a little bit. Everybody's going to be haters everywhere. He's figuring it out. And guys, if you're not paying attention to what he's doing in Arm Sports Entertainment, you're looking in the wrong direction. So get on board. Like I said, we're not asking for ass kissing, but just pay attention, man. Good people out there in this sport still. We want everybody to succeed. We're not trying to, you know, to hoard anything by any means. And you know, like I say, man, you should love this. This is really a hobby for all of us. If you don't know that by now, for me, now these young guys, they might actually see something through NILs and social medias and all that stuff that's going to come out. And unfortunately, we're going to be at the end of our careers when that happens. But we're going to continue to kick doors in and make things happen for the next generation. Like Tim, you know, donating those entry fees. I agree with him. It sucks watching them women show up. And there's no women, one woman, you know, this way, like I said, we can pull 10 or 15 of them from around town if we need to, just to see what happens or have some fun. But just keep your eyes open. Paul, you're doing great things. I love watching what you're doing. We appreciate you promoting. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't worry about what people are saying. You know, reactions are one thing, but silence is a killer. Nobody knows when you're going to stick that jab out there and put them to sleep. So again, Tim's just amazing. Austin is a freak. I look forward to the match. Giannis is special. We've been on the phone with Justin. You brought up the right people. Austin's young. Austin doesn't know sometimes when to keep it down and not worry. Like I said, we're working on him. But the guy's got a ton of spit in him. He is wound up, and he is a winner. So we're going to see some fireworks in Phoenix coming here in just about a month. So be ready for some fun, boys.
Yeah, I want to say, man, I really like the Austin kid a lot, bro. So, when I was saying all that, I'm just saying what the haters are out there, saying out loud and all. But I've always been a fan of Austin. I let him know that from day one. I like the energy he brings. I like the shit talking. He's going to be a great asset to the sport and look forward to his future. And I like that, Tim, you're giving him this shot with Giannis. If he gets a win or if he even gets a win one round, his name is going flying everywhere. So this is a great opportunity for him. Really, appreciate that. And Joe, where can everybody get a hold of you, bro?
They can hit me up on Instagram or same thing. I trust him. Same with you, Paul. I mean, you guys have shown me nothing but support since I've been in the sport, and everything I can do to serve the greater good, I'll continue to do that for the sport too. So
yeah. Well, thank you guys all for coming on. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate everybody, all the support and all. If you can, click that thumbs up if you haven't already. And we'll have another great show lined up for next week. I think Jerry's going to be coming back on, and we'll get into more detail of what he's got coming up. And thank you guys all for tuning in. Let's see that double bicep pose, the end of the L. What you all working with. There you go. All right, guys, have a great night.
I can't unveil what I got, man. I'll just give you hands off. How about that?
Hell yeah. And oh yeah, one more thing, guys. If you haven't already, get your Arm Wrestling Buzz shirt. I got a bunch of sizes in. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram if you want. Got a bunch of large, extra large, double X, triple X. So we got size, whatever you need. Hit me up for that. And also shout out to my sponsor, Vitaly Biologics. Got a bunch of groups coming up that are going to be going in for treatment. So I got some savings I could help you with. So if you need any stem cells or you got an injury or whatever, definitely hit me up and I could push on that discount to you. Have a great night, guys. Thank you for tuning